Okay, let's try this again, friends. Let's try this again. This is Candy K all day. Wow. Wow. Thank you all for rocking and riding with me. Put twos in the chat if you can hear my voice. Twos in the chat if you can hear my voice. Welcome there, butterfly family, vlogs and lifestyle. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. This is Candy K all day. My goodness, friends. My goodness. Thank you. Thank you, Simply Debbie Sue. I mean, y'all were still in that chat. Oh my gosh. Y'all are amazing humans. I appreciate that. Appreciate you all helping me as my guides on the side. I appreciate that. Y'all, I thank you to the Candy K community. Y'all, friends, it's been a lot to get this stream up and going, but I think we are rolling now. Thank you, friends. Thank you. This is Candy K all day. You know that Sundays are our sunrise edition of Shop Talk. And friends, it is cameras optional. And today, Candy K is exercising her right to have cameras be optional. But you know, I'm going to give you some good visuals anyway, even without my face, y'all. So pardon me. Pardon me. I appreciate you still rocking and riding with me. This is Candy K all day, y'all. Candy K is super excited. It's Sunday, y'all. It's Sunday, y'all. And Candy K is turning 50. Hashtag 50 and fabulous. Friends, join me this coming Saturday. It is a going down. Let me make sure I have my dates right. Lord have mercy, y'all. It's been one of those weeks. I don't know what it's been for you, but it's been one of those weeks for me. Friends, on the 18th of October, it's going down. It's Candy K's 50th birthday bash, and I want you to join me. I want you to join me. I am addressing some technical difficulties. Well, hey there, la la, there's everybody's hi fi coach. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. This is Candy K all day. Y'all, thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for hanging on in there, Kenny K. Kenny K has got a lot going on. Yes, friends, yes. But I thank you all for joining me. Friends, if you have any questions about content creation, go ahead and drop those in the chat. And y'all, let's just make this a party atmosphere. If you have any questions about Kenny K, go ahead and drop those in the chat too. Kenny K is calling this just a live creator Q&A. Y'all just drop those questions in the chat. This is where the collective content creators are gathering. I'm gonna go ahead and drop my keyword in the chat so that you can go ahead and drop yours. Let's make sure that we have Nightbot turned on and going. Kenny K is not claiming sickness on her body. I decree and declare it is not so in the name of Jesus. Yes, yes. I decree and I declare. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. If you have any questions, make sure in the chat questions about content creation. Kitty K's got you covered. You just let me know what you need. Kitty K's got. Y'all join me for my birthday week. Would you do that for me for my birthday week? It's for October, friends. I've got out there. Something happened with the sound on that. Be transparent, friends. I'm still, even though I'm fully monetized content creator in these YouTube streets, and y'all, sometimes things happen. And I put out a October vlog I worked on, and it's coach bags and colors, y'all, and new textures, new fall colors, and new styles just in time for fall 2025. And another winning combination, who doesn't love beautiful purses, luxury bags, if you will, and chocolate, right? It was a Vlogtober vlog coming straight to you, my Candy K community and friends. Friends, that whole thing went up and went live with a 5.9 click through rate. Y'all, that thing had a 5.9 click-through rate. So that means that thumbnail was superb. Remember, we're trying to get to at least a 2% click-through rate. That thing had a 5.9% click-through rate. Friends, and no sound. The devil is a lie. He will not get the joy this morning. And I want to thank Kyle Vlog for alerting me that said, Kitty K, there was no sound on that beautiful vlog, October vlog. Friends, so I went right to work, and that is what has me delayed here. We've got some questions coming in, and I'm going to go ahead and put those up if you don't mind. Give me just one moment. Let's get some questions coming in through the chat. And I thank you all for rocking with me. Question from Joe's. Welcome in, Joe. Joe is our friend from the UK. I'm having a tough time with my thumbnails. My click-through rate is abysmal. Remember, this is so super relevant, y'all. This is what I love about Shop Talk. The creators are going to come together and we're going to support Joe. Y'all check out Joe's Sleep and Slim Down Journey. Thank you for typing the question in the chat, friend. I appreciate you. She says her click-through rate is abysmal. That means it's in the toilet, friends. I'm trying a full AI-generated thumbnail. Is it time to remove my face from my thumbnails? Friends, I think about that often. That is something that I struggle with often. I love how I show up in the YouTube streets as my authentic self. But sometimes I do try thumbnails. I'm still trying out everything. So don't think that anything has to be what you're doing for content creation forever, right? As a new and small content creator, I empower you to try out new things. Y'all have fun in these in these YouTube streets. If nothing else, friends, have a heck of a lot of fun. That is what I want you all to do. Friends, this is a Kendi K all day. Friends, we are loud, alive, and in a color. Kendi K is exercising the right, though, just to give you. I've got a lot of moving parts here, but y'all, when all things work well, you'll say, oh my God, Kendi K, you were really working on our behalf. And so I hope everything works out great for us so that I can show you the things that I'm working on in the background. So, Joe, I have the same thing. I deal with the same thing. I try out AI generated thumbnails. The thumbnails that I just did for my coach bags, my recent Vlogtober, a vloggy vlog that I did with you had a great click-through rate on it. Click-through rate. Let me double check, make sure that click-through rate. I created that thumbnail myself based on the images I captured. Some of the video footage I just screenshotted them and used them as photographs and created my own thumbnail though. And y'all, the click-through rate on that was fabulous. Sometimes it works. And y'all always check your click-through rate. That's your CTR. Your click-through rate is how many times out of 100 do people who are shown your thumbnail. The YouTube algorithm will show them your thumbnail and how many times out of 100, it's a percentage, will they click on it. YouTube says you're just looking for a click-through rate of 2 or higher. And when you don't hit that 2 mark, or when you just hit that 2 mark, and friends, as a new and small content creator, initially I was not even hitting that 2% mark, but you want that to be your first goal. Joe and other content creators, we want to thank Joe's Sleep and Slim Down Journey for that great question in the chat, friends. So you're looking for an initial click-through rate of 2%. So if that needs to be your first goal, and y'all, when you have a click-through rate, y'all, but YouTube says you're doing excellent if you get 2%. That's a good click-through rate. That's a good starting click-through rate for a small and new content creator. Y'all, that click-through rate can go all the way up to 10% and can top out at 11 or 12%. And y'all, that's what some of the Mr. Beast, that's what some of the Dante Londons, that is what some of the huge creators are getting. And they're getting click-through rates of 10, 11, 12%. And that will be the top. Okay. So even with 100 thumbnail views, people can see your thumbnail 100 times. They're only getting a click-through rate of 10 or 12% because that is fabtabulous. That is, I made that word up, fabtabulous, y'all. So you got to understand the content creation basics. Okay, I call this the ABCs, the analytics basics for content creators. And y'all, when we see a click through rate like that, that's an absolutely fabulous. That's an absolutely fabulous click through rate. This is Candy K all day. Ooh, yes, we want to create better thumbnails, friends. We want to create better thumbnails. If your click through rate, we want to thank Joe Sleep and Slim Down Journey. You're in the right place at the right time, my friend, because we're giving tips to help you as a small and new content creator. And the best thing about every episode of Shop Talk coming to you with 3 live streamed episodes per week, friends, is that everything about Shop Talk is absolutely free. Okay, so I'm teaching you all that you need to know on these YouTube streets as a small and new content creator, and it's coming to you absolutely free. Any other questions, y'all drop those in the chat about content creation or even about Candy K. Candy K is willing to share today because I am so glad that you are here with me. Friends, welcome in, welcome in. This is Candy K all day. Yes, friends, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. This is Candy K all day. I see so many friends welcome me. I see T's Journey is joining us as well. Thank you, T's. I see you in that chat, friend. There you go. Welcome in. Welcome in, friends. This is Candy K all day. Y'all don't forget to hit that like button. If you're not a member, consider subscribing. This is Candy K all day. What do we do here for Shop Talk? It's a live creator question and answer, and we talk shop. This is the Creator Collective community. Y'all go ahead and drop your channel links and continue dropping them throughout this stream. This is Candy K all day. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. Thank you for joining me. I'm dropping my channel link in the chat, and I invite you to do the same. This is Candy K all day. Monique Poe is in the building. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. There's our good friend Claire, the missing link. Welcome in, friend. Welcome in. This is Candy K all day. There's Kyle Vlogs. There's Monique Poe. Simply Debbie Sue. Welcome, friend. Welcome. So I was experiencing some of the same things you were experiencing, a lower than average click-through rate, and that's always an indicator to change your thumbnail. Change the thumbnail, which is the picture, and then change the title, which are the words that appear next to or under your picture. Those two things go hand in hand. If you have a less than ideal click-through rate, and as a new and small creator, you want to at least be trying to get that click-through rate of 2%. That means if 2 people out of 100 who see your thumbnail click on it, you're doing good as a small and a new content creator. 2% is your first goal as far as click-through rates. Bigger creators, the Mr. Beasts of the world, friends, they have a click-through rate of 10%, sometimes 11 and 12%, but 10% is fabulous, absolutely excellent. And friends, I think my highest click-through rate has been an 8%. That means 8 out of 100 people clicked on Candy K's content based on that fabulous looking thumbnail. And friends, I'm grateful for that. I am grateful for that. But yes, I just like some other creators here in the chat today. They said they're looking at their click-through rates on their content. That's one other piece of the YouTube Studio analytics you want to always be checking on for your content is what is the click-through rate? Because friends, sometimes all you need to do is change the thumbnail. Sometimes that's just simply, I don't know how to make it even clearer than that. Sometimes that's just all you need to do is change that. So friends, Candy K had this fall 2025 Coach Handbag video. It's a 9-minute video. I appreciate you watching that and re-watching it. I I received a message down in the chat because I'm always checking my chat when new content loads. Y'all, I had worked on that thing for a couple of days, editing it on down, getting it pushed out to you, featuring the fall 2025 collection straight to you from Coach, giving you the newest colors and the newest textures in those luxury handbags. And I paired that with chocolate because, chocolate is one of their signature colors for Coach bags. And y'all, what they have in chocolate color for Coach bags, in a chocolate color, but the different textures that they're showing you chocolate. Oh my gosh, y'all, they're beautiful. Those bags and accessories are gorgeous. And so I pair that with some chocolate, some milk chocolate, some dark chocolate, if you will. And friends, great video. I believe it's a great video. And then it was our good friend Kyle Vlogs who said, Kendi K, I couldn't hear any sound in that 9 minute and 39 second video. Friends, it happens to all of us. It happens to all of us. I don't know what happened to the sound. I had to go back in and re-edit all of the sound. And friends, it is still processing through. I don't know if you can hear sound on it yet, but friends, what it does have, I'm just being honest. Sometimes you just got to laugh to keep from crying. But what it does have, according to the analytics, it does have a great click through rate. Yes. And I knew something was wrong because it didn't have a lot of views on it. And I said, now, Coach Bags, wow. Coach Bags, why is that not having a better click through rate? Coach Bags plus chocolate? Y'all, the chocolate is some gourmet chocolate from a small purveyor in the Pacific Northwest in Seattle. Wow, friends, I couldn't believe it. Y'all, so it has now a click-through rate of 6.8% on it, friends. A click-through rate of 6.8%, and that is a excellent click-through rate for a small and new content creator such as myself. And now that I actually put some sound on it, so if you have checked that video out, check it out again. It's still showing me processing, I believe, because I had to go back and re-put the sound in. I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason to it, friends. Who knows what happened to the sound? And friends, I'm just listening to it now. I don't know what just happened to it, y'all. That's not the sound I put on it. But friends, you're just gonna have to laugh to keep from flying. I might take that down and redo that all over again. And uh, yeah, because it looked like I don't know, friends. Sometimes you laugh to keep from crying, y'all. We're content creators. We're learning as we go. I don't have any fancy producers working in the background on my behalf. I don't have anyone creating nice thumbnails for me. I pieced that together myself. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. This is Kendi K all day. This is a sunrise edition of Shop Talk. This is our content creator maker space. We want to welcome in Elevated Chills. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. Arjurina Net, welcome in, friends. Welcome in. We want to welcome Q Sims in the building. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. This is a Kendi K all day. Thank you, Claire, the missing link. Thank you for letting me know that you are now. Yes, we're always learning. I'm in a posture at almost, y'all, I am days away from 50, friends. And I'm still in a posture of learning. And there's so much still for me to learn in these YouTube streets. Yes. Yeah, it's a learning journey. And I'm enjoying this. This YouTube is my playground. And I love that I'm learning as I play. Yes. This is Kendi K all day. Yeah, y'all, I just clicked over there to see if that sound had processed through on that. And it looked like my beautiful. Now the sound is on way too high. Yeah, I don't know. Now I see where that sound, I wanted to put a different sound at the very end and it looked like it cycled back and put it on the front. It's editing, friends. It's editing. As far as editing, what do I use to edit my footage? I 100% of the time use my iPhone 16 Pro Max to edit my videos. And then when I'm adding sound, I 100% of the time use the free editing software provided by YouTube. hmm hmm And as y'all know, you see some of my earliest videos as the content creator, most of that never had sound on it because I didn't know how to add it. And I wanted to do it for free on a budget. But I'm now learning how to add sound. So when you click into the coach video, friends, it's gonna be loud because it looks like two sounds recorded on top of each other. Instead of recording on the end, it looped it back to the beginning. Sorry about that. But at least we have some sound now for sure on that video. But we got a great click through rate. I hope people remain on it and watch it all the way through. hmm Sometimes things look right, and of course, we watch our content before it goes live. You should watch your content before it goes live. You should watch your content before it goes live. But still, friends, sometimes things just happen. I don't have a degree in editing. I don't have a degree in graphic design. It's just Candy K out here. Yeah, yeah. Those who rock with you are going to rock with you. Those who rock with you and you end up your video has technical difficulties, they're going to still be down in that chat rooting you on to greatness. And y'all giving honest feedback like Kyle did. He said, Candy K, I don't hear any sound in this whole video. And it's a 9 minute and 39-second video on Coach Bags and chocolate. And it wasn't until I read his comment that I realized, oh my goodness, that's what's wrong. There's something wrong with the sound. Because, of course, I checked to see if the sound was working, and it seemed to be working. But when that thing went live, the sound dropped off for some reason. So, yes, welcome. Debbie Sue says she's well this morning. The tech stuff it can drive you crazy. It can drive you crazy. And you know what that means for me, Debbie Sue? I've had that feeling too, friend. When I have that feeling, I just get up and walk away. I just get up and walk away and take a break. Mm, yeah. Don't I used to just go straight to live, right? I used to not straight to live, straight to public as far as my content or even going live, friends. The more, even if you end up going late, I think you do yourself better in the long run. As a new and small content creator, that's one of the pro tips. And when we give tips, we just call them pro tips because we're learning. We're working on. I want to put that goal into your mindset. That's a growth mindset. Call yourself a pro because sooner or later, sooner rather than later, we're going to be pros in these YouTube streets and we're going to be able to laugh at these moments. But friends, always take the extra time. Take the extra time to make sure you've got a good thumbnail. And y'all, you're just kind of testing it out on your own. You're testing that thing out to see what's going to work for you. And once you figure something out, continue to use that practice. And so I always pause a bit before taking something live. And here I try to do all the right things. The thumbnail is coming back from my coach bags. That thumbnail is coming back with a click through rate of that thumbnail's coming back with a click through rate. I'm switching a lot of screens here, friends. So bear with me just a moment. With a CTR, lovely CTR. So I'm learning some stuff in these YouTube streets. But then the sound didn't have any sound. I had to go back and readjust sound and add sound again, and still not quite right. But it has a 6.8% click through rate, and so I'm claiming a little bit of victory on that. I'm looking at this. Let me throw this up there to you so you can see it, so you can believe me when I say what I'm saying. Give me just one moment. I'll try something different with y'all. Candy K is taking full advantage of the Sunday sunrise edition with cameras optional. I am not showing my face today with intention because it's just one of them days. Just one of them days. And that's all I know of the song. Just one of them days. Thumbnails do attract people. Thank you for this feedback in the chat. These are content creators, y'all. We are the Content Creator Collective. Y'all, drop your channel link if you want others. This is where we network. This is where we learn. This is where we collaborate and grow to and through full monetization. Yes, Joe Sleeping Slim Down Journey. When I grow up, I want to sing like Joe Sleeping Slim Down Journey. You know what I love about you, Joe, Sleeping Sitting Down Journey, our friend from the UK? A friend, she knows all the words. Kitty K doesn't know any of the words. Kitty K doesn't know hardly any of the words to a song. I'll just make them up and sing them with conviction. Just as wrong can be. Yes. Thumbnails are really thumbnails are the first thing that friends are going to see in your content, and it's going to be the thing that's going to drive people most. People eat with their eyes 1st. People view your content with their eyes first, and then they read about it. Okay, and so it is the words, friends, that are going to drive people. It is the visual that is going to drive people to your content. And then those words and your hashtag is what the algorithm is reading. It is the words and the hashtags that the supercomputers that are YouTube, they're using the words, your titles, your words on your visuals, on your thumbnail. Sometimes I put words on both, and the only word on my thumbnail for my most recent content, friends, was the word coach. If you're into luxury handbags, and then that's a word that everybody knows. And apparently everybody knew that, friends, because that thing has a click-through rate of 6.8%. Yeah, so let's take a look. Let's see if we can take a look at this together. Let me see what happens if I share my screen. Let's get on the right thing. Let's take a look at Candy K's most recent content. And friends, it's going to be a blank screen for just a second. I want to make sure I only get that content. We're going to look at Candy K's most recent content for Vlogtober. It's Vlogtober, y'all. Welcome in. Welcome in, friends. This is Candy K all day. You're going to see a blank screen here in just one moment. I'm trying to bring you so we can look through YouTube Studio for just a second here. Check out these analytics. And what I didn't do, y'all, I didn't push out a premiere on this, and so that too has hurt the number of folks who are watching that brand new content. I've been trying to do as many premieres of my long format content as possible so that I can get more eyes on the brand new content, and I did not, and so I can see that has pulled down the initial views, and also there was no sound, and there was supposed to be sound on this video. Okay, so I'm going to take us back, and I think I'm ready to show you now what I can see in YouTube Studio. Let's see how we do here. Share that screen. Let me make sure I'm on the right window here. Okay, friends. JC Calamity Jane says it's amazing that a thumbnail really attracts people. I believe what is being said. Me as a subscriber, I just care about content and information. Yes, yes. But you got to drive people to be able to click on your content, and it's that thumbnail. It's that first impression. It's the first impression. First impressions are lasting impressions, and they've got to click on it. That's called a click through rate, CTR. These are the ABCs, analytics basics for content creation. Content creators, absolutely, friends. Absolutely. So I'm in the back office of YouTube Studio, and let me take you in and let's walk through Kendi K's most recent content for Vlogtober. It is that coach video that you can see there at the top of my content feed. And let me pop over there, and I'm clicking on this. It looks like a bar graph. This is for editing. This is the bar graph for analytics. So we can see how that video is doing. This tells you that that video is being monetized. Monetization is on. And here's where I can look at the recent comments. I'm going straight in there to analytics, that second one. And friends, it's got 38 views on it. So I said, something is wrong. Something is wrong. But I didn't know what was wrong because I thought everything was perfect for this video. Friends, I'm just being very transparent with you in the moment. Okay. Let's look at what all this information is that we have available from this screen, friends. Look at all the information from Kendi K's most recent content. Friends, right now I only have 38 views on that video, and that video should have done way more than 38 views at this juncture. So I knew something was wrong, couldn't figure out what it was. And thank you to our good friend Kyle Vlogs, who wrote down in the chat, Kendi K, I watched your whole video, 9 minutes and 39 seconds. Thank you for watching all the way through, Kyle. It helps the algorithm. Friends, Kyle wrote in the chat to me, and this is what alerted me. Kendi K, there was no sound all the way through that video. I said, Kyle, thank you so much, friend. And I stopped the presses. I stopped everything I was doing, grabbed my laptop, and sure enough, there was no sound on the live, on the public video. Welcome in, Coffee No Cream. Welcome in. This is Kendi K all day. Welcome in, friends. Yes. If you have not tried Premieres, you want to check out Kendi K's most recent episode of Shop Talk. This is our virtual content creator maker space. So, friends, we're looking at Kendi K's only 38 views on what Kendi K believed was going to be an awesome Vlogtober vlog featuring the fall 2025 collection colors and textures for the luxury Coach line bags and purses and accessories, plus some chocolate just thrown in for good measure, right? Because they have chocolate colors. We've got chocolate, and then we've got the dark chocolate. Hey, absolutely, friends. But it only got 38 views. Kyle said, Kendi K, he wrote in the chat as a comment, appreciate you as a fellow content creator. Kyle, I appreciate you so much, friend, for dropping that good comment. That's good feedback. See, if you have a growth mindset, you don't think people are trolling you when they tell you there's no sound. They're trying to help you. They're trying to help you. Y'all, we're in a posture of learning. Excuse me, I can't speak for everybody. I'm in a posture of learning. And so I appreciate that feedback. And I thanked Kyle, because Kyle has been rocking with me for a long time in these YouTube streets. And that's why I rock with him. So, friends, the watch time so far on this video is 2 hours based on those 38 views. And so, friends, we're watching the content, and I appreciate those. And we do have some comments on that. So, friends, what I'm going to do is let's keep looking through. Okay. So I want to click that next tab. It says overview. We're on the overview right now. And then we have the reach, engagement, audience, and revenue. Right under the words video analytics at the top of the screen, it says overview, reach, engagement, audience, and revenue. The revenue is going to take two to 3 days for that to process through based on this long format content going public. And you should see ads rolling. I'll go ahead and let those ads roll when you play that content for me, because that means you're helping Kendi K to generate revenue on this channel. So impressions is how many times your thumbnail was shown to people. And this has an impressions of 221 impressions. Y'all, typically this would have thousands of impressions on it, sometimes 10,000 impressions on it. I tend to get a whole lot of impressions. So these are all indicators that indicate something was wrong with that content. But friends, look at that click-through rate. Those 221 people who saw that, that's another reason why y'all, you want your impressions should be in the thousands, friends. Sometimes 5, 10, 15,000 impressions. Okay. Your impressions will continue to grow. The more content you put out, it will, or your impressions will organically grow. And friends, so look at your impressions. Kendi K is showing you her real life impressions for her most recent content. It was a video on Coach handbags and chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, candy, chocolate, 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 hashtag chocolate. Friends, I only have 221 impressions. So only 221 people saw this video thumbnail. Only 221 devices saw this thumbnail. Did you hear what I said? Only 221 devices. Impressions is the number of people who had this thumbnail on their device. Only 221 people. And of those, 38 people clicked on it. That gave me a click-through rate of 6.8%, which is high for only 221 people all over the world. Only 221 people all over the world saw my thumbnail. Y'all, your impressions will organically grow as your content grows, the number of videos you put out. This is why when we talk about consistency, y'all lean into this. When we talk about being consistent in these YouTube streets, friends, when you take a day off and you do nothing in these YouTube streets, as a new and small content creator, think about it. You don't have a lot of content out there. YouTube is not holding a spot for you in their supercomputers. You've got to make your lane. You've got to create your lane in these YouTube streets. Y'all, batch posting is so important. Create a post today. Create a post today. Add a few shorts. If you've not yet reached 500 subscribers, and if you've not yet reached 1,000 subscribers that are needed for full monetization, create a short a day. And then there are other things to consider once you get to 1,000 subscribers. But until then, keep being a triple threat in these YouTube streets. That's using a combination of long format content, live streams, and some shorts. It will be difficult, if not impossible, for you to reach full monetization if all you're doing is shorts. Okay? If the backbone of your channel is shorts, how are you going to get the watch hours? But that's a story for another day. Okay? Friends, checking out Kendi K's click-through rate for this content. We've got a 6.8 click-through rate, and that is huge because this was only shown to 221 devices. So that's a huge click-through rate because 38 views is still 38 people still clicked on that thing. And that gave me a click-through rate of 6.8%. And you know why? I now know why. Kyle told me. He said, Kendi K, it doesn't have any sound on it. I said, what in the world happened? Because of course it has sound on it when I checked it out. Yes. Yes, absolutely, friends. Absolutely. Yeah. Put something in the YouTube streets. It doesn't have to be long format content. If you don't have the bandwidth to do a live stream, don't. If your energy is not up, don't post. If your energy is not up, don't go live, friends. Make sure your energy is up. Make sure your energy is up. And if you can't get it up, friends, do a post. Or do a poll. Okay? Because polls are going to go out to your recent viewers. A poll is a post, or it can be a picture post. I've been trying some picture posts in my polls too. And you would click on the one, and that's engagement on your channel. When people do something beyond view, that's called engagement. Ways to engage in this live stream is you can drop into the chat and say good morning to us, friends. You can hit that like button. And if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. This is Kendi K all day. Friends, I want to thank you for rocking and riding with me in these YouTube streets. Let's finish talking about. So I'm explaining to you what I see, and friends, when we look at that graph, Kendi K, I just told you what happened with this video. Friends, I am human. And what happened with this video, friends, is that it didn't have any sound on it. Friends. And so with that, notice that the graph there, if you're looking carefully, look at Kendi K's graph. It is going up. And if that graph went straight down to the toilet, then that would be a problem. But this graph is going up. And I wanted to keep going up. And I bet you now that I put some sound on it, the sound could still be better because it messed up at the end. Anyway, long story short, friends, I am human. I am learning in this moment. Just like you. Yes. What Joe is describing in the chat, she's talking about batching. Yes, she's talking about batching content. Batching content. Batching content. If you believe in the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, I know I do. I'm #winning because of it. Friends, find some scriptures. Share with your community your favorite scriptures, right? If you have some good quotes of the day, friends, put one, do 10 of them, or do 5, okay? Do 3. Make sure you keep yourself in the algorithm, because we are not huge content creators yet. #yet. I love that. #yet, friends. So you want to make sure you get in that algorithm and you stay in that algorithm. Okay, if you take, and this when I first started my YouTube channel, I used to do it all the time. It'd be 2 or 3 weeks. I said, oh, I'm going to do 1 video a week. Friends, it's not enough, because over the next 5 to 7 days before you post another long format video, I did YouTube for a whole year, never did a live stream. It was over a year before I did my first live stream. I'm telling you, as a new content creator, and y'all, Kendi K is now fully monetized. So I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know, because I don't want you to take over a year before you do your first live stream. I was able to fully monetize my channel in 6 months, starting with 260 subscribers. And then I rapidly went to over 1,000 subscribers in 6 months. And I work full time. I'm just a part-time content creator. If you have your whole day available to you every day, for whatever reasons, freeze. You can do that thing in about 3 or 4 months. I would reckon, especially if you stay locked in with this safe space. Friends, you can share your channel link out. I'm sharing mine again in the chat, because somebody is not a subscriber, and I want to convert my viewers into subscribers to and through full monetization. We're on the road to 5K, friends. Yes, spend an hour one day just recording as many shorts as we need for the week. Joe, I think I shared with you that you, sir, what is your cat's name? It just escapes me, because Kendi K is a woman of a particular age. Kendi K is going to be 50 this week, and I thank God for that. Thank God for favor, and thank God for grace. God's grace is sufficient. Amen. Anyway, friends, I said, Joe, first of all, YouTube humans in general, we love our pets. So Joe, do a lot of shorts. Do 1 or 2 every day. Do 5 a day of your pet. Is it your walking helper that you call Sir Somebody, or is it the cat? Either way, friends, we like them both. Make some shorts about it. Yeah, because that does bring out a whole new creativity to each of us when we do those shorts. Some of y'all are creating great shorts, y'all, and continue to do shorts until you reach 500 subscribers, and then keep going to get to the 1,000, y'all. And then we'll talk about what my recommendations are. There's lots of ways to kill a cat. Oh, I shouldn't say kill a cat. Excuse me, I didn't say that. I didn't say that to cat lovers. Welcome in. Yeah, pets are good. Pets, people love pets, even if they're not their own pets. Pets are excellent for content creation. Miss Mary, Miss Mary. Okay, yep, Miss Mary. Miss Mary's your golden ticket. Yes, continue to use Miss Mary. And what's your walking support? His name is Sir. I love it. I love that. Love that. Y'all check out Joe Sleep and Slam Down Journey. You're gonna love her just as much as the YouTube streets are loving her. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. Candy K is coming out of her comfort zone, friends. And because I'm honoring you supporting me on this live stream this morning by sharing my real live analytics. So I'm proud of the click-through rate on this content, especially now knowing that only 221 fabulous people were shown my thumbnail. So the thumbnail must be good because I've got a click-through rate of 6.8%. And Kendi K said only look for 2%. So if your click-through rate is less than 2%, you got to change that thumbnail, friend. You got to change that thumbnail. Go to something else. Try AI. And y'all, one thing you got to know about AI doesn't always know what it's doing. Okay. The more you use AI, okay, the more you use AI, the more it will know you as a content creator, right? Because it's intelligent. It's also intuitive. So the more you use it, the easier it will become, and will become familiar with you. That's why we call those smart data analytics. Yeah. So I created my own thumbnail and it gave me a 6.8% click through rate. So I'm learning. I'm learning. And how do I learn about what makes a good thumbnail? Friends, I look at other thumbnails that I like. What made me click on that person's thumbnail? YouTube streets. Look at content that is similar to yours. Set goals for yourself. Wow. Look at what people are showing you. Yes. Absolutely. Claire the Missing Link says use AI. Friends, let me go back through to make sure that I share everyone who is joining me on this stream today. I appreciate you. Let's look at engagement. Ooh, look at the engagement, friends. Average view duration is only 3 minutes and 5 seconds. People did not hear any sound, so they stopped watching at 3.5%. Yes. This video has not been hyped yet either. Friends, Candy K doesn't mind showing you. I'm showing you the click through rate. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this video didn't have sound on it. Something happened in the upload, and none of the sound came on this video. I've now added sound, but if you look at the dark shaded part of this, that is average. That is my average performance, friends, for my content. And what you see is that red pink line is low. We're at the lower end of my average performance for new content. Mm. That is worrisome, friends. Watch time hours is down for new content as well. These are all indicators to indicate something is wrong. Your analytics, I'm using my analytics to help me make data driven decisions about my channel. If you're not using YouTube Studio, and I do mean the desktop edition of YouTube Studio through the browser, you're only going to get so much. Friends, you know how it is when you use your banking app on your phone to look at your bank account balances, it just gives you a quick snapshot. But when you've got to handle some for real business with your bank, you got to go into your full desktop browser edition. I don't know about your banks, but my bank, some things I try to do with just my banking app in my phone, it says, wait a minute, You're asking for some real transactions happening here, some big transactions. You're gonna have to come on into the branch to get the full capabilities of what you're trying to do, or you're gonna at least have to get on that full desktop edition. And that's the same thing for YouTube. You're gonna have to give it into the desktop edition of YouTube Studio. So friends, I'm still doing average, but it's at the bottom of, you see that gray line? That gray is what's my average performance on new content. And I'm at the bottom of that. It hasn't bottomed out, but it's darn close to it. It's because that video didn't have any sound on it. That video did not have any sound on it. Hasn't generated any revenue, and revenue doesn't show for 2 days. Okay, it's 2 to 3 days behind on how much revenue will be generated from this. So we'll see, because I've now added back the content, the music to the video that should have been on there from the beginning. So it had a little rocky start. Let's go back to the overview on this video, this coach video. I hope I'm helping by me going through. I hope this is helping content creators understand how to read their analytics a little bit better. So we've got more people who have started watching that. This is my real-time performance. When I see the blue lines, I can see that people are in fact watching right now up to the minute. Okay, up to the minute they're watching. Notifications, the traffic, the views that I do have on that video, half of that traffic came from notifications being turned on devices, and people were notified that Candy K had a new Vlogtober video loading. The browse feature. Friends, when you open your YouTube app, browse feature is what comes up on your homepage. And you're just browsing, and it's just showing content that it feels that the YouTube algorithm feels like you would like to see. YouTube search. So that, I like that. 7.7% people were searching for chocolate or for Coach bags or for Vlogtober content, and Candy K's content came up in there 7.7% of the time. I'm happy about that. Because sometimes, friends, look at your YouTube search. How did I get to a 7.7% in a video with no sound? Because I put good words in my tags, not hashtags, in my tags. What words do you think Candy K put in the tags section of YouTube Studio for this video? Candy K put Vlogtober. Candy K put Vlogtober 2025. Candy K put Coach, the brand Coach. Candy K put Coach bags. Candy K put Coach Fall 2025. I use all those different tags. You better believe it. And that's why Candy K has a 7.7% search. This video is highly searchable. So the least thing you can do if you're participating in Vlogtober is drop down in the tags. Remember, tags are the back office side. You're trying to help the algorithm get you in the algorithm and keep you in the algorithm. It takes a little extra work. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But you will be rewarded. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It appeared on my channel pages 5.1% of the time. YouTube does that automatically. New content always appears at the top of your channel page, your newest content, and then other YouTube features. So Candy K is getting in the algorithm as a newly monetized content creator, but still very small compared to folks with, much larger subscribers and viewerships. Absolutely. So friends, I'm going to come out of that. And I want to thank you for rocking and riding with me in these YouTube streets. This is a Candy K all day. Thank you, friends. Thank you. Thank you for rocking and riding with me. Thank you. This is Candy K all day. Friends, we're just about at the top of the hour. I want to thank everyone that came in and joined us for this edition of Shop Talk. It was that's what I was doing in the background, is trying to get that sound right on that video. It's still not quite right, but it's better than no sound at all. Check out that coach video for me. Y'all, this is Candy K's birthday week. I'm wishing you all a fabulous week as well. Shout out to everybody celebrating a birthday this month. And thank you, friends, for joining me for this sunrise edition of Shop Talk and Candy K. did not have your video on, but you all still came and joined me. And I thank you for rocking and riding with me in these YouTube streets. Let me be intentional. Let me just go straight on down and show everybody's name that appeared in this stream this morning because I appreciate my friends. I appreciate each and every one of you. This is Candy K all day. Y'all don't forget to share your channel link in the chat so that friends can connect with you. Look at all these great friends dropping into these streams. Look at all these wonderful content creators. Look at all these content creators. Thank you, friends, for joining us for this edition of Shop Talk. We're getting ready to come down from this place. I just want to make sure everybody can see their name. Y'all, thank you for rocking and riding with me. This is Candy K all day. Goodbye for now.